So guys, it's been a few days and since Jadon Sancho came out with that statement after Ten Hag criticised him and saying that he wasn't performing in training. That's why he's not in the squad. And just in case you may have forgotten the details, let me read Sancho's statement out for you. So, Jadon Sancho says, "Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all decisions that are made by the coaching staff. I play with fantastic players and grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what." That's what he said on the 3rd of September after United's match against Arsenal. And at the time, people were coming to Sancho's defense. This tweet got 289,000 likes as I'm recording this video right now. 289,000 likes in 4 days. So there's a lot of support for him. Loads of retweets. I don't care if it's called repost now, I'm still calling it Twitter. A lot of comments, a lot of views, 60 million views, so there's a lot of support for Sancho. And when it first came out, I was like, maybe Ten Hag's lying, because someone's lying. Someone's not telling the whole truth. And it's either there's been a misunderstanding or someone's trying to save face. And for Ten Hag, it's not out of the ordinary for him to say this person didn't do this right or they weren't applying themselves correctly. For example, Rashford was late by like 1 or 2 minutes and he dropped him to the bench against Wolves. And I think Garnacho was fined or something, punished during pre-season. I don't know what for, but I've been seeing that on Twitter. So this is where Ten Hag has actually disciplined players. And for the most part, it's worked out. Look at AWB. He hasn't been punished or anything, but he was basically going to be sold. Ten Hag didn't want him. But then he applied himself, he improved, and he showed Ten Hag that he has what it takes to stay at Manchester United under his leadership. And look at him now. He's starting at right back. And he can now play football. May not be as good as others, but now he can play football. And then you have Sancho here saying that he's a scapegoat. And I've seen a tweet from David Ornstein talking about how Sancho said he was a scapegoat after Dortmund lost to Bayern or something a few years ago when he was still there. So it's not the first time that he's mentioned that he's been a scapegoat for something. But my issue is Ten Hag actually helped Sancho last year. During the World Cup phase, I want to say October onwards, he sent Sancho to the Netherlands to get one-on-one coaching with some people he knows to get his head back in the game, to maybe improve on some aspects of his game as well, because something happened to him in his personal life. I think someone died and potentially another thing happened. So he was away for 2-3 months, away in the Netherlands, trying to regain his mentality, his headspace, and he came back in, I think, January. Ten Hag was happy for him. He tried to do something for him to help him. And now he's saying that he's a scapegoat. So to me, it's hard to believe Ten Hag would actually just throw Sancho under the bus for no reason and has something against him when he's actually trying to help him, And yeah, during pre-season, Sancho played well, but that's pre-season. Nicholas Jackson played well, and look what he's been doing now. Man's been missing shots like it's nothing, So for Sancho, again, there's examples. AWB, Rashford, Garnacho. These three have had something go against them. To a lesser extent, Rashford and Garnacho. To a higher extent, AWB, because he was going to be sold. So for those three, they put their heads down and applied themselves. Sancho is coming out here and complaining on social media. And, there's even clips of him not even doing push-ups properly, So for the evidence doesn't look good against Sancho, because Ten Hag has actually tried to help him for a sustained period of time. He was happy when he came back. He wanted him to succeed. Rashford has been fined and dropped to the bench, and he played well. He got a winning goal in that match when he came off the bench against Wolves, So for Sancho, it's not looking good in terms of evidence. It's not looking good. And to sum up this video, Antony is probably going to be suspended by Manchester United. There was an opening for Sancho to start on the right-hand side if he didn't open his mouth. I know Ten Hag said it in an interview, but he didn't come out and attack him. We still need to know more. We don't have the full story. This could be a misunderstanding. It could be a misinterpretation, or maybe someone's lying and trying to save face. But we don't know the whole story. We haven't heard anything about Sancho being fined or suspended or potentially being added to the transfer list. So I doubt he'll be sold, but he'll probably be suspended and fined. And if he doesn't apologize, maybe that's when he'll be transfer listed and sold. But we have to wait until after the international break probably for that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Sancho was in the right to make this statement to as you can say, defend himself? Do you think someone is lying in this situation? Is it Sancho or Ten Hag? And do you think it's right for managers to come out and publicly criticize a player, either directly or indirectly? Because Mourinho did it a lot. He did it to Luke Shaw, for example. So do you think it's right for managers to come out and criticize players publicly? You know, it says stuff like, he didn't perform well in training, he didn't perform to my standards. Or do you think that players need to put their heads down and just get to work? Because, as I said, AWB, he continued working hard. He didn't give up thinking that, okay, I'm not in his plans, so he doesn't want me here, I'm not going to try hard. He tried hard and he got back into Ten Hag's plans. So yeah, just to summarize, we need to know more. But as it stands, to me, Ten Hag, he's done stuff for Sancho, but Sancho hasn't been paid that, you know. Like you can say, Ten Hag isn't a great manager or he's going to be sacked or whatever. But for Sancho, Ten Hag has sent him to the Netherlands to get his head right, you know. And he came back and he hasn't really done much more. So what more can Ten Hag do? What more can he do, you know? So yeah, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.